There's a particular kind of frustration that's hard to explain. You can meditate every day, go to therapy, read the books, do the retreats, and still feel trapped in the same patterns, the same relationship dynamics, the same self-doubt, the same quiet shame, the same habits you swore you would outgrow. That's not failure. That's a wound running your life. It's Buttercup. I'm the Core Wounds Girl. And if you've ever wondered why real change feels just out of reach, this will help you see yourself quite clearly. There was a time I locked myself in my apartment for 40 days. No distractions, no performing, no escape routes. And this wasn't some beginner spiritual phase for me. By then, I'd already spent more than 2 decades in deep spiritual work, shadow work, plant medicine, studying all across the world with extraordinary teachers and masters. I was a renowned international yoga teacher, leading retreats and guiding others. And privately, I still couldn't get past the crushing shame, the deep unworthiness, the self-hatred, my battle with bulimia. Nothing touched the root. So if you've done all the work and something still hurts underneath, you're not behind. You're not broken. You're being called to go deeper. Most people think self-sabotage means weak willpower, bad habits, lack of discipline. But self-sabotage is far more intelligent than that. Because what looks like self-destruction often began as self-protection. The behaviors can absolutely be destructive, whether it's addiction to substances, numbing, overworking, overgiving, choosing painful relationships, turning against yourself. That pain is real, but you didn't choose those patterns because you're bad or unworthy. Your nervous system designed them when something felt unbearable. They were survival strategies. They were actually brilliant adaptations that helped you endure. To really heal, we need a map. Self-sabotage lives in 3 distinct layers. The first layer, the most superficial, is behavioral patterns. The visible coping, whether that's drinking too much, binge eating, over-exercising, scrolling endlessly, staying constantly busy. This is pain management. And in the same way as you can't heal a broken leg with aspirin, you also can't heal it by refusing aspirin. The bone doesn't mend either way. Pain relief helps you cope. Endurance helps you survive. But healing requires deeper repair. Stopping drinking, don't get me wrong, is a magnificent shift, truly. It restores clarity, health, self-respect, trust, and it may still not heal the wound underneath. Because wounds live deeper than behavior. I learned that the hard way. I tried to out-discipline my pain, out-achieve it, out-serve it, out-spiritualize it. Nothing worked because I was treating symptoms, not the source. The second layer is protective strategies underneath the behavior. Over time, your system decides, I never want to feel that again. So it builds protection. You might become hyper-independent, controlling, a people pleaser, emotionally guarded, a perfectionist. These strategies don't just influence your habits, they shape your entire life. Who you love, what you tolerate, your money patterns, your work patterns, your identity. Protection becomes personality. Personality becomes prison. I see this so clearly now in my own life. My over-functioning, my hyper-confidence, competence, my need to hold everything together. They weren't personality traits, they were armor. The third layer is core wounds, and this is the root, the original emotional injury. And this happened in a moment when your system was too overwhelmed. There was a feeling that was too big, too alone, too fast. So it was pushed down, it was stored, it was hidden, and your whole system reorganized to avoid ever feeling that again. That's why willpower alone rarely works. Because you're trying to override a survival system that believes it's protecting you. If this resonates, you're not failing. You're making sense. Self-sabotage isn't random. It's patterned protection. And protection can be healed. If you're watching this video, you're not casually curious. You're brave enough to look at what's real. Few people go this deep. I honor you for being here. If this resonates, make sure to watch the next video in this series, which is about how core wounds form and why patterns begin in childhood. And if you're ready to heal your wounds at the root, join the Wild Truth Path course linked below. Also below, I've shared a link for a free guided initiation to help you begin healing your core wounds right now. Healing wounds changes everything.